Can you all hear me? I've not tried. I don't think I've ever tried this option to go live with another channel, but and he's never tried it either. And we are both really old guys. And oh, there he is. All right, are you there, sir?
I'm here.
All right. I just want to apologize to my viewers. I'm sorry this guy is really ugly, but all right, I'm just busting your balls, dude. That's how I am. Don't take offense.
Oh yeah. Uh, can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you just fine. We can hear you fine. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Well, I don't put my face on camera because the last time I did that, dude, I had so many women show up at my house banging on the door, and it just got to be a problem. That only happened once, but yeah, I just generally don't. You don't have to either if you don't want to.
What was that?
Here, I'll get you some. You don't have to either. I'll get you something to look at. I'm making myself some coffee right now.
Uh, well, Bill,
Um,
we have some disagreements here,
yes, we do.
and I think you should start first since this is your show, basically. But let me let
Well,
go ahead.
I would like for you to lay out why you think open carry is better than concealed carry, and we'll go from there.
Well, in not in every circumstance is open carry better than concealed carry. Okay, but I think people should open carry as much as possible. Like if they're at the park, if they're at the beach, if they go to the grocery store, if they go to the gas station, if they're walking down the street, they should open carry because here's the thing, okay? When you open carry, you're a deterrent. You're a deterrent as soon as you leave your front door. Okay? Uh say someone is arguing with their partner, or someone's breaking into a car, someone's acting suspicious, whatever it might be. Okay, can you do anything about it if you're concealed carrying? No, you can't. But if you're walking in the area, they see you and they see a nice shiny revolver on your hip, they're going to think twice before they do anything to break the law. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Uh,
I've had several times where I was carrying my 329 PD, my Smith and Wesson 329 PD 44 Magnum, that I deterred a potential domestic violence. And I know this because I talked to the woman and her new boyfriend after her ex-boyfriend left because he saw me, and I walked by and said, "Hey, is everything okay?" This was in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, and the guy, he stormed off, got in his car, and peeled off out of there. You see, and that's not the only time that I've been a deterrent. You're at the your open carry, your concealed carry does nothing. It does nothing. Here's what it does do. Okay, it escalates the situation. All right, because let me tell you something. In a lot of places,
no.
no, in a lot of places, you can't. If you brandish your weapon, if you pull your weapon out of concealment, if you just lift up your shirt and show your weapon, you can wind up in jail, my friend. Okay, that's illegal in a lot of places.
Well, it depends on where you're at. They can do the same thing for open carrying. If you get into
No,
an argument with somebody and you have a visible weapon, dude, I was a bail bondsman. I don't even know how many people I bonded out of jail for exactly that kind of thing. If you are always, and I'm not, if it's your only legal option to carry a gun, by all means do it. But it can also, the presence of a weapon can also escalate the situation. You know, if a guy has a gun on him that you don't know about, and he sees your gun and you're getting in his business, well, guess what? He sees a weapon, then he's going to automatically think that he has to defend himself with a weapon.
No, no. See, I, that's where a lot of people are wrong, because I'll tell you, nobody wants to get shot. Okay, just the mere sight of a firearm will stop the fight at 99% of the time. Just the mere sight of a fire, especially a revolver.
Only with reasonable, sane, sober people. You get a meth head
Yeah, and
or a
that's another
crackhead or
thing.
just a nut,
Yeah,
and
see,
that's what most criminals are nowadays, especially the violent ones. They're all jacked up on meth or crack or PCP.
and see, this brings me to another point. If 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 you watch some of my videos, I'm always saying, whether you're open carrying, concealed carrying, or not carrying at all, okay, to stay the hell out of high crime and drug infested areas. Like I say in a lot of my videos, you know, I'm a
Well,
former drug
you
cop.
should, but it's that's not an option for a lot of people.
Well, I understand, but I'm talking about here. Look, I'm talking about open carrying the correct way, and that way is doing it safely, doing it responsibly, and doing it respectfully. See, respectfully is key. And respectfully is, we don't carry long guns, AR rifles, and military style rifles and the like. Okay, we carry our nice revolvers, okay, or a Glock or whatever, right, and a nice holster and a retention holster, I might add. Okay, and we do it, and we do it. We dress nice. We keep ourselves trimmed. We keep a confident demeanor. We stay the hell out of bad areas. Okay, let me tell you something. You're more likely to win a $20 million lottery prize than you are of being challenged with open carry in a decent neighborhood.
That's not true. People
And
get
no,
challenged
it is
every
true.
day.
It is true, sir.
People
It is.
don't win $20 million lotteries every day, but shootings happen every day. People get
That's
challenged
absolutely
every
correct.
day.
It's shooting and it, see, I can go on, but these videos that people put out there of people getting disarmed and their pistols taken, these people are not situationally aware. Okay, they don't even have a holster, for crying out loud. They're in drug infested and high crime areas. I mean, what the hell do you
That is
expect?
true, but if they kept their gun
Even
covered
as
up,
a
then the
police
other people
officer,
wouldn't even know they had it to take it away from them.
what was that?
If they kept their damn gun covered up, then the other people wouldn't even know they had it so that they
And that's
could walk up and yank it off of
and
them.
you're exactly right. You're exactly right. You would have to be a complete fool to open carry in an environment like that. I agree. You know, you would have to be a fool. I wouldn't even carry. I wouldn't go in a place like that with a tank on my back, for crying out loud. Okay, you're going to get challenged. And are you there?
Yeah, no, I had to set my camera down. I'm there. Go ahead, I can hear you.
Yeah. You're gonna get challenged in high crime and drug infested areas. Like I said, in my experience with it from '92 until '97, you're definitely going to get, even police officers get challenged in environments like that. You know, when I say, when I talk about open carry, I'm talking about open carry, like I said, safely, responsibly, and respectfully, in decent areas. You don't open carry in the ghettos and East LA and East Oakland in California. These types of places, the projects and Chicago or whatever. You just that's asinine. You of course you're going to escalate the situation. You know. Uh, Let me ask you something, Bill. Let me ask you something. Uh, why do we carry? Why do we carry? Why do we open carry? Why do we conceal carry? It's to save life, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Well, that's why we, yeah, it does. That's why we open carry. We open carry to save our own lives, to save our loved ones and innocent people. Okay. But let me ask you this. When you conceal carry, you have to react. Okay. When you conceal carry, you have to react. You can do nothing to deter anybody. Okay. When you react, what you're doing is you're escalating the situation. You're increasing the probability of someone being unalive, whether it be yourself or someone else. Okay. Why not open carry in the correct way, like I explained? Why not open carry and deter the whole situation? Stop the fight before the fight even happens. Okay. Gain the respect of people, where you frequent, businesses.
It doesn't work that way though.
No, it does work that
If
way. Look, I've been doing this for over 31 years now. How can you tell me it doesn't work that way? I've been doing it for decades. I have friends.
so have I. I'm not that much younger
No,
than
but you
you.
haven't.
I'm
But you haven't been open carrying for decades, obviously, because you're against open carry.
You're right. I don't open carry.
You don't.
I shouldn't say that. When I'm out here, I live out in the middle of nowhere. When I'm out here, I carry my 357 or whatever I've got. I open carry out here in the country, and it's not really even such a big deal in small towns. But with all the mass shootings going on now, when people just see somebody with a gun, it don't matter if they're hip hopping along. It triggers people. It scares people. Cops
Yeah,
get called all the time because people with good intentions are open carrying.
That's
Whereas
why
if you got it covered
that,
up, you won't spook anybody.
That's why that's why I always say, if you looked at my previous videos, that's why I always say, when you open carry correctly. That's dressing decently. That's keeping that's keeping a confident demeanor. But an approachable demeanor. It's being social with people. It's getting people to know, getting people to accept you. Okay, because you're not, you don't have
I would much rather go unnoticed. I don't want to show off.
You don't have a, you're not wearing a red hoodie with red Nike shoes with a red bandana, wrapped around your head, open carrying with gold teeth and gold chains hanging off your neck and everything. That's the wrong way to open carry with an AR rifle on your back or on your front. Right? That's the wrong way to open carry. Of course. Of course,
how can you say that's wrong when you live in a neighborhood where everybody else is dressed like that? Don't you want to blend in and go unnoticed? And if something happens and you have to take somebody out, fine, you have that option. But if you walk into a gas station or a bar where everybody's dressed and you're in a suit, you're going to stand out. And the likelihood of you getting attacked because you stand out, that raises your chances up, especially if you're dressed nice in a hood wrap place.
No, but
they're just going to jack you.
No, but you don't go. See, when you don't go into places like that, Bill, you stay the hell out of places like that. I say it in every one of my videos almost. Stay the hell out of high crime and drug infested areas.
I don't go into places like that if I can help it. But not everybody has that luxury. You have a lot of good, honest, law-abiding citizens that live in the hood, and they dress in the gold chains, and they don't have bad intentions.
Yeah, they're the and I agree.
Just because somebody is dressed different than you doesn't make them a bad person.
I agree that people that live in those environments, they can't help but to being there for whatever the reason. They, like I said just a little while ago, they should definitely not open carry because they will get challenged. You know what? I've seen. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know what goes on in places like that. There's no way in the world that
I know.
Yeah. Well, you don't, and it's just like that video that Calling the War and a few other of them put out there. They always want to paint open carriers with a broad brush, There's no way in me and my friends. I have police officers that open carry. I have police officer friends that open carry as well. You will never see us carrying without a minimum of a level 3 retention holster. Okay, that's number one. Number two, we would
roboting.
never. What was that? I didn't hear you. What was that?
Am I roboting too? I can't. Do I sound like that too, Tim? It might be a problem on my end.
Well, I can hear you just fine. I mean, you're a little bit, your modulate, you're it's a little bit low, but I can hear you. I got my volume turned all the way up on my phone here.
One of us has a bad connection, is all.
Can you hear me? Are you there? Are you there?
Can you guys
Hello?
hear me at all, or is it just him? Okay, now try it.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, off and on.
Okay. Well, anyway, so any other questions?
You're roboted, dude. Your screen's frozen. I can't tell if it's just you or if it's both of us.
I'm moving around. I'm moving my hands. Is it working? Hello? Wow, that's a shame because it seemed like we were having a pretty good discussion there.
You can hear both. I can't. All I can hear out of him is a robot.
Hello?
All right, I can hear you now. Try it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. So what yeah, so what else? Go ahead with another question if you'd like to.
I don't think we solved anything on the first one. I mean, you've got some beautiful guns, by the way, and I love 357 Magnum. It's one of my favorite rounds, but I don't think it's the best thing to carry in an urban environment.
Well, and that brings me back to saying it's the way, Bill, it's the way that you do it. Okay, it's the way that you do it. It's the demeanor that you have.
No, no,
It's the way.
no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about over penetration.
Well, there's all kinds of
And
different ammo out there that you can
if
use.
if you've
You
ever
don't have to.
fired,
You know as well as I do, you don't have to use 357 Magnum in a 357 Magnum revolver.
well, no, you can use 38, but it doesn't matter because have you ever fired a revolver at night?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Well, it blinds the shit out of you. I mean, that's another.
And that's it, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. See, that's another plus about a revolver.
Oh my God!
No, see,
Are you a troll?
No,
For
you
you to be blind with a gun in your hand in a tight situation is a good thing. How is that?
See, let me just tell you that a lot of people have been led to believe that you need you need 17 round magazines, and another 2 or 3 magazines on your belt, and like we're in the Ukraine or something fighting a war. You don't need it. Let me tell you something, Bill. Like I said,
It's not even about that. I mean,
no,
there's
but
issues with
no.
that too, but it's
Let me
not even
just tell you.
about that. Shop.
Let me just tell you, the mere sight of a revolver will stop the fight in 99% of the time. You have to understand. And then when you talk about shooting a revolver at night,
oh my God, when you're just trying to look scary, it doesn't matter. When people get shot at, I don't think there's anybody that's ever said, "Oh my God, I hope he's shooting at me with a 9mm." I hope he's not. You know what I mean? When you're getting shot at, it don't fucking matter. That's this kind of shit is what makes me doubt you about your experience.
No. You have it. Let me tell you. Let me ask you something else. Have you ever been in have you ever been in a shootout?
Yes.
Have you ever been shot?
I don't want to answer that question.
Have you ever been in a situation where somebody I know you're not former law enforcement. You already said that you're fugitive apprehension. But have you ever
we're not considered law enforcement?
What was that?
Right, we're not sworn officers.
No, you're not former law enforcement. But here
no, but I chased fugitives. I mean, when it comes to tactics and firearms and things of that nature, I probably had more training from that aspect than you have. The companies that I worked for sent me to all kinds of that bullshit, which I just don't. Half the stuff you say makes no sense. Like, I would really like to know where you were trained. I know that your military stuff is classified, but
half the stuff that I say to you doesn't make any sense because you have your beliefs and I have mine. You've been trained by who knows who, okay?
That's what I want to know. Fantastical claims about.
Sir, I've been trained in the military and law enforcement. Now, this was back damn near between 35 and 40 years ago, okay? But I've been trained in weapons. I've been trained in law enforcement and taking dangerous criminals into custody.
You're freezing up again, man. Say it again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into where I was law enforcement. I'm not gonna get into my military experiences.
Well, of course not.
I can do it if you want to meet, if you want to do it in person. I'll tell you everything in person.
Yeah, are you threatening me?
What state do you live in anyway? What state are you in?
Indy fucking Anna.
In Indiana?
Yeah.
Well, Indiana's an open carry state.
Yeah, anyway. But I had it's constitutional carry now. Within the last, I think like 2 years ago, they made it constitutional carry. But even before that, I had my lifetime concealed carry permit.
Right. But Bill, we can go around and around and around and around. It's a cat's game, is what it is. It's a cat's game because it's a lot of it is hypothetical.
It's not a cat's game.
No, hold on. A lot of it's hypothetical, but there's one there is.
How is it hypothetical when this shit happens every day in the streets?
There is evidence that open carry is a deterrent. Okay, there is evidence that open carry is a deterrent. John Stossel.
Times, but it can also escalate things.
No, see, you're missing the point. Yeah, of course it can escalate things. If you're in a bad area, of course it can escalate things if you're doing it incorrectly.
What's incorrectly? It doesn't matter where you're at. If you get into a fight in the trailer park with your brother-in-law,
it does matter where you're at. Would you?
No, a gun introduced into a hot situation is a gun introduced into a hot situation.
But
if you and your brother-in-law get into an argument, it doesn't matter Whether you're at a high rise or a trailer park, the emotion's all the same.
Yeah, no. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Do we carry do we carry to save life? Just say yes or no. Do we carry to save life?
Sometimes
No, all the time.
that's
We
part
carry
of it.
we carry to save life all the time because we don't use our weapons, Bill. We don't use our weapons unless unless it's a life or death situation. We don't pull our weapon and say, "Hey, man, uh, uh, stop breaking into that car," or we don't pull our weapon because somebody's looking suspicious or something. We pull our weapons to save life. Okay. Now, if you're that adamant about saving life, why not open carry and be a deterrent? Because, like I said earlier, once you take your weapon out of concealment, you have just you have just escalated the situation into potentially becoming a deadly situation. Why do that? You know what? I'd rather be. But you're
But I don't use my gun to
that's
get my
exactly
way.
what's going to happen. If that's the only way that you can be a deterrent, that's the only way that that you can do anything with a concealed carry is to brand it. You pull up your shirt and show your weapon to try and get somebody to stop committing a crime or whatever. Let me tell you something. Now all of a sudden you become the criminal. Why not just open carry the correct way, like I said, which would be safely, responsibly, and respectfully, and be a deterrent?
The correct way. You don't control everybody around you because you have a gun on your hip. Then you are doing it the wrong way.
No, it's not about controlling the people around you. It's about deterring a potential violent aggressor. That's what it's about. Okay, you don't wait. You don't
Yeah, and
when
if you're in a
listen,
gas
Bill. You
doesn't see the gun at first, he starts robbing the place and then sees you have a gun. Guess what? You've just caused this
see
guy to fire shots. Where otherwise he might
see.
have just taken the money and took off. We can hypothetical all day long.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Is a hypothetical. Let's get to the facts.
But
Okay.
that exact situation that I
There's
just
more and
talked
more.
about
There's more.
happens a lot. If you
There's more and more.
you should
There is
probably watch a
more and
channel
more.
called Active Self Protection and see what's on there.
You know what, that guy he's a self-proclaimed expert, and he's another hypothetical.
So I don't care about that, but the videos they show of real crimes, that shit's real. I could care less about his armchair quarterback bullshit. I'm talking about the actual shit that happens. I don't care for most gun tubers. I really don't. I think most of
I
them
don't
are
either.
they might have started with good
That's
intentions, but
one
most
thing
of them are in it
we
for the
agree
money.
on.
But when they show videos of actual shit that's happened, we have to learn from that.
Yeah, but when they Bill, be honest, man. Come on. When they show videos like that, where where are these incidents happening at? What environments? You see, do you understand what I'm saying? They're not happening in middle class neighborhoods. Okay, they're not happening in low crime neighborhoods. Okay, we
Well, so what?
no, we as open carriers, and I'm not including you because you're not an open carrier, but we as open carriers, we don't go into areas like that, my friend. I'm telling you, we do not go into areas like that. There's no. Yeah,
I try not
that's
to,
another.
but I
That's
have
like me saying. That's like me saying, hey man, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of armed looters over there, and you should stay the hell away from there, man. Those people are crazy. And then you saying, well, you know what? I'm going to take my AR and I'm going to go over there and walk up and down the street and act like law enforcement. And then when you get challenged, you use you see what I'm saying? You don't you do just like
no, I
Rittenhouse, that
don't
guy
do that.
Rittenhouse. You do not go into areas like that, my friend. You just don't do it. We want to save life, Bill. even the lives of the criminals.
So
we want to save
he
everyone's
shouldn't have
life.
been there to protect his friends. He shouldn't have been there to protect his friends and family. He shouldn't have done
He
that.
shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there, period. You know what? If you're not a law enforcement officer, you don't take your weapon and go to where trouble is, my friend. Now, you know what?
Okay,
And a
yeah.
lot of people,
Tell
and I'm
that to
sure
the
a lot of
rioters
people
that were
disagree
burning the
with me.
town down. Tell that
Pardon
to
me?
when you can get the rioters to stop burning shit, when you can get the rioters to stop burning shit down and attacking people, then you can make that claim.
No, man. You know, you don't take if you're sitting at home in the safety of your own home and you're not law enforcement, okay, you don't take your AR and go you know, however many miles away it was and do that. You know, all those people would still be alive if he wouldn't. I mean, come on. We carry to save life. We want to save life. When I strap on my weapon and go outside, I'm thinking about saving life. I'm not thinking about taking anybody out. That and
Yeah, I would rather save my friends and family's life
let me just
than a
tell you.
fucking thug kill them.
I didn't answer earlier when we were having a little bit of a debate there about a revolver. Let me tell you something about a revolver, especially shooting a revolver in you know, when the sun's going down, when it starts getting dark out. Okay. In the rare instance that you even have to fire your weapon in a civilian self-defense situation, you fire one round of a 350, and I'm talking, you know, 125 grain Underwood, rated at 1700 FPS, you know, or 180 grain 44 Magnum, rated at 1700 FPS. You fire that round, it gives off a hell of a bang, and it gives off a hell of a flash. Okay. In the rare instance, the 1 in a million chance that you may have to fire your weapon in a self-defense situation, that in and of itself will stop the fight. You don't even have to hit the perpetrator. That in and of itself will stop the fight because of the flash that thing is. That's why I recommend that. That's why I also recommend if you're going to carry a semi-auto, you should carry a 357 SIG, a Glock 31 or something, a full size 357 SIG, because that gives off a hell of a flash as well. It's all, you know what? It's all about deterrence. It's not about taking anyone out. I always hear this all the time. Take the perpetrator out.
It's not about taking anyone out.
Take the perpetrator out. That's the wrong way of thinking.
Carrying a deadly weapon isn't about taking anybody out.
Let me tell you something. That type of thinking will get you unalive. Make no mistake about it. It will draw that type of energy to you. It will get you unalive. We have to strap on.
So will using your gun as a noisemaker and giving the other guy a chance to shoot you back if you don't take his ass out. And what are you gonna do if you got more than one?
You're gonna have you see this right here?
Yeah, speed loader. Yeah.
You see that right here? You see this right here?
Yeah, I see it. I've got lots of guns of my own.
You got 6 in the cylinder. You got 6 in the loader. That's 12 rounds. Let me tell you something. You will very rarely have to shoot 1 or 2 or 3 rounds. You don't even need 6 rounds. Not even a police officer needs 6 rounds. I'm telling you, it's very, very rare. It's very, very rare that you will need. Like I told you, nobody wants to get shot. Once they see something like this, a stainless steel revolver, let me tell you something. Like I said, 99% of the time, it will stop the fight. I know this by experience. All right, it will stop the fight. Just the mere fact.
You're full of shit.
Oh, you said I'm full of shit?
Yeah.
Well, that's your opinion. I don't know how much experience you have. I don't know how much experience you have of in law enforcement. Like you said, you're not even law enforcement.
That doesn't mean I'm not well trained and experienced. Most of the cops that I shot with couldn't shoot worth a fuck anyway.
Well, hey, I don't know about that. All my friends that are in law enforcement, I have friends
Where
that
are
have
you
done law
getting this
enforcement.
one round shit? Because 2 shots to center mass, and then 1 to the face if they're still coming at you, and then rinse and repeat if they're still coming. Most of the time, people are not stopped by 1 shot. That is bullshit. Especially if they're hopped up on meth or crack or PCP, which
Yeah,
most criminals are nowadays.
They're not. You're right. They're not stopped by 1 shot if it's a 9mm, which a lot of people use, which I think is an anemic round. I would never use 9mm for self-defense. That's just my opinion. I would use nothing less than something like this, 357 SIG, which I consider a 9mm Magnum.
57 SIG is a good round. It doesn't matter. Most of the time when people get shot, they are not taken down with 1 round. And God forbid you have like 4 or 5.
See what you're doing. What?
More and more now, criminals are coming out of the ghetto and into the nice neighborhoods because that's where they want to rob because they have nicer shit. Home invasions. Nice neighborhood, and you sure as hell can carry however the hell you want, whatever you want, in your house. But that doesn't change the fact that they are still coming down and attacking people in nice neighborhoods. They're coming down. They'll even rob, but they think that nicer gas stations have more cash in them.
So you think that they're gonna come? You think that they're going to do a home invasion in a house where someone's armed? They're going to do a gas station robbery where people are armed. They're going to go where people are armed to commit their crimes.
They do it all the time.
Not likely, my friend. Not likely. It's not likely. Let me tell you something.
If they know you have guns in your house, they will target your house.
You don't, Bill. You don't know what you're talking about, man. You have very minimal experience, if any at all. Let me tell you something about criminals. Criminals usually operate in their comfort zone, which is their own neighborhoods, committing crimes against each other. That's why a lot of these corner liquor stores get robbed, and gas stations in the ghettos and whatnot get robbed. And low, I gotta watch what I say here. I don't want to, but criminals very rarely do they venture out, like you're saying, into nice neighborhoods, especially if they know people are armed.
That used to be true.
It still is true.
Crimes of opportunity are still the most common because they are crimes of opportunity.
And there's no way.
Have you not seen how the smash and grabs in jewelry stores in New York and well everywhere really?
Oh, okay.
In broad daylight, they will drive a car into the jewelry store knowing that the owners are armed.
Well, so we
will run in.
We can go around. There's a video out. I forgot who put it out. There was 7 people that went into a jewelry store. Okay, there was the manager. There was only the manager in there. He had a 30. I think he had a snub nose 38. He pulled his gun out, fired a round in the ceiling, and guess what happened? They all scattered out. They were falling over them, tripping over themselves, trying to get the hell out of there.
Good.
He didn't even have to fire at any of them. He just fired 1 round into the ceiling. You see what you see?
And I bet none of them thought, "Oh, gee, I hope that's a 9mm, not a 38."
Yeah. But Bill, I'm telling you,
it happens. Criminals get chased off with guns all the time. But the fact of the matter is, they still come at you.
Well, it's been my experience through the years, I'm telling you, like I said, like I said a little bit earlier, a nice 357 revolver, 357 Magnum, stainless steel 357 Magnum revolver, in 99% of the cases will stop the fight without even having to fire the thing, for crying out loud. All right,
Oh
without
my
even
God, dude.
having to
Look,
fire the thing.
I have
People,
I have a
see,
stainless
people
steel
are
Smith
so
and Wesson
worried.
Model 66-2. But it doesn't matter what that fucking gun looks like. When a gun's being, have you ever? You said that you were shot in the head, right? By who?
Yep, that was back in. Yeah, I was shot in the head. I was grazed in the head, but it's still shot in the head. Yeah, I was.
Did you see the gun before they pulled the trigger?
I did.
Did you
I
give
sure
a
did.
fuck what caliber it was at the time?
I
Right
didn't
at
know
that moment. Yeah.
I say that again, please.
Say that last part again. You kind of roboted.
I asked you to repeat that.
When that gun was being pointed at you, did you give a fuck what caliber it was before they pulled the trigger?
Well, number one, it wasn't. It wasn't pointed at the guy. Just came out of nowhere and started just firing. I was a lucky man. I was a lucky man that day. But it turned out.
Okay, when you were getting shot at, did you care what caliber it was at that time?
No, I didn't, because I didn't even see it.
No, it don't matter if pointing a revolver, and I love revolvers. I one of my carry revolvers is a stainless steel Smith & Wesson 66-2. It's what when I shot stock revolver competition, that's what I used. I've had it since it was made in the 80s. I've had it since like the mid 90s, but that's neither here nor there. It doesn't fucking matter. You're making this argument that having a nice big shiny revolver is more of a deterrent than a little shit Glock. And I carry Glocks too. I'm not a Glock fanboy. I carry a Glock because they're cheap and they're reliable, and I don't want to lose one of my 1911s if I have to. If you shoot somebody, that the cops are taking that gun, whether you're in the right or in the wrong. So I would rather lose my $500 Glock than a 1911 Simp.
Yeah,
but
no, you're right. You're gonna be arrested as well.
Give a fuck what they're getting shot at with it. That makes no sense.
No, I'm saying the mere fact, the mere sight of something like that will stop the fight. I'm trying to tell you something here. For some reason, a revolver, a criminal is more deterred by a revolver than a semi-auto. That's been my experience. You know, when I always
probably because you only carry revolvers. Of course, it's
no. I don't.
If all you carry is revolvers, of course your experience is going to be 100% with your.
That's not true. That's not true. I carry semi-auto. Look, I carry semi-autos. I have Glocks. I have M&Ps. The Smith & Wesson. I have them all. I have them all. You know, I'm a gun enthusiast. You know, I carry them all. Now, I admit that I'll carry, you know, my Glock maybe 5% of the time in my Safariland level 3 holster. You know, but that's only about 5% of the time. The rest of the time, I'm carrying a revolver. Why do I carry a revolver? Because I know by experience, you're never going to need more than a cylinder's worth of ammo in a self-defense situation. You won't
that
even.
Might be your experience, but and if you stick with whatever you know, I can't. I wouldn't.
It's not only. It's not only my experience. It's not only my experience. It's a statistical fact. See, this is what's wrong.
Where is that statistic at?
Look it up.
Tell me where to find that statistic. Look it up. Tell me where, because all of the training I've had. Look, I've listened to lectures from Mossad Ayub to Cooper. I've listened to all sorts of lectures. I've been through all kinds of training. And I don't remember anybody ever saying that.
You know, I don't take these guys and all these gun tubers. Okay, they all have something to sell you. You know, when I make my videos, I don't have anything to sell anybody. I don't. I'm trying to promote open carry, and I'm trying to promote the Second Amendment. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. All these people that you mentioned, they're all have these channels. They all have sponsors. Guns and Gadgets and was it Langley Outdoors and all these people, right? They sponsored with all these places that in my opinion are pretty much scams. Okay, I don't go
That doesn't
by
mean
what
that all of their information is wrong.
I'm not saying all their information is wrong, but I will say this. I will go as far as to say this. They wrap what they do is they wrap themselves up in the American flag. All right. And they make money off of the fear off of fear mongering with people. Oh, you need a red dot. Oh, you need the latest trigger job, but you need this, you need the latest Glock, this and that. And at the same time they're getting checks.
I agree with you on that point. But when it comes to actual statistics, and yes, they do say, oh, you need this, you need that. When I prefer iron sights. I mean, I have red dots. I have for a pistol. I prefer my iron sights. I've got holograms. I've got all that bullshit. But when it comes to the actual crime statistics, if you look at the FBI stuff, if you look at IDPA and all the other ones, like the stuff that you're claiming, I've never seen that.
You're talking about FE. Like I said, let me just tell you something, okay? You have a better chance, like I said, of winning a multi-million-dollar lottery prize than you do of having to use your weapon in a self-defense situation, having to actually fire your weapon in a self-defense situation.
Not true.
And that is true.
People shoot their weapons in self-defense every day. People don't win $20 million every day.
What was that guy's name over there at the mall? What was his name again? Dickens, Elijah Dickens or whatever. That's a one in a million. Everybody's hyped up on that. Elijah Dickens. That's a 1 in a million that would happen to you. Okay. And even if it did,
I don't know who Elijah Dickens is, but
well, everybody knows who he is. He's the guy that stopped that I gotta watch what I say here. That active, you know what, over there in the mall in Indiana, right where you are in Indiana.
Don't real quick. I don't care what you say. I mean, if you're worried about it on your channel, that's fine. But if you're worried about like Kevin, I'm not monetized. You can say whatever you want to over here.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm new. I'm new to this stuff. I don't know. They got rules for this and rules for that, and there
are. Give a fuck.
I get it, but see, the thing is, we have to use their. We have to play by the rules because we're using their platform. But,
yeah, I'm just saying, don't worry about like something happening to my channel. I don't care.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, Bill, I mean, look, we both have, contrasting, opinions here, but I got to tell you, like I said, I've been in, I've held criminals at gunpoint. I've taken criminals into custody. I've been in a shootout. I know by experience. Okay. I know I'm not the one. And that kid that shot me, let me just say this, that kid that shot me, and like I said, the bullet didn't penetrate my brain or anything, obviously. It grazed me. But the partner that I was with took that kid out. That kid was 2 weeks away from being 16 years old. He came out of nowhere, started firing. And that's another thing that's another thing that I want to say to people out there that may be watching this is, you want to conceal carry, you want to take out the bad guy. Let me tell you something. When you have to take someone out, you don't want to have to go through the mental anguish of that, the sleepless nights, the second guessing yourself. You think that you know, oh, the guy was breaking the law, that he was a criminal and this and that and everything. But let me tell you something: when you have to take someone's life, it does something to you. It takes something out of you, you know, and not everybody can cope with something like that. And even my partner at the time, the guy that I was working with, he took that kid out. He wound up losing everything. He lost his wife. He lost his job. He lost himself. He started drinking. He's all right now. I still talk to him, you know, once in a while. But it really did something to him. And maybe he shouldn't have been. I was an undercover drug cop from the years of 1992 until 1990, the early part of 1997. And I got out of I used that incident as an excuse to get out of it. And you know, I made a video of that as well, because I just felt like I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I don't want to get into detail about that, but you know, but I have a lot of friends, and
Well,
I have a lot of friends in law enforcement, and there's good people in law enforcement, and we should always support, respect, and honor our men and women in law enforcement and in the military. Because I'm telling you, you know,
I 100%
they're out there
respect military
every day
and
and night, risking
most
their
law
lives
enforcement.
for us. But look, are you there?
No, I was, yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
No, I mean, like I said, they're out there every day and every night risking their lives for us, and we need to appreciate that. We need to honor them for that. I know a lot of people don't like cops nowadays because there's a lot of videos out there bashing police, you know, bashing law enforcement. But you know, it's these people that are trying to make these trying to get whatever their reasons are, you know. And I, quite frankly, I think it's disgusting how they're trying to make our law enforcement, our men and women in law enforcement look. Let me tell you something. Hadn't been for them, it would be like 1862, 63, 64 out here. Make no mistake about it. You know, people wouldn't even be making it to 20 to 25 years old.
Well, I have a deep respect for military. I was raised by a lot of combat vets, so I have a lot of respect for those guys. And I most generally respect law enforcement. There's a lot of bad ones, but there's some good ones in there too. And I've seen cops do some dirty ass fucking shit, man. I had a dude. Oh, I got tons of stories about bullshit cops, and it kind of I used to have a lot more respect for law enforcement than and I still respect it, but it's I've just seen him do too much dirty shit. I had a guy in custody. He was being cooperative. I had him cuffed. He was being cool. We were joking around, and fucking this dude eventually turned out to be he eventually got put into the position of locked for no goddamn reason. It's just I've seen cops do, and cops have helped me out too. They they have worked with me and backed me up a lot also. But at the same time, I've seen them do so much fucking nasty shit to people that it's hard for me to just respect them wholesale.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what? There's always bad apples in every barrel. We shouldn't let the bad apples spoil the whole factory. You know, I mean, nobody's perfect, and I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to, say what they, you know, what some of these, you know, law enforcement officers do. You know that you know, I'm not trying to say that some of them, you know, that it's okay. You know, but what it is nowadays, I think what it is it's a lack of proper training is what it is. You know, people don't want to be, you know, people don't want to be police officers anymore. So what they're doing is they're taking these young kids and they're putting them, you know, they're rushing them through training and putting them out there to police the public. And I think that that's a mistake in my opinion. You know, but you know, that's a whole nother video. You know.
Yeah, they've dropped the standards because they kind of had to, because uh, kids now are being raised on iPads and video games, and they just can't. People in general, the quality of people in general is on the decline. So naturally, everything else is going to go down with it.
Yeah. Well, when you get into law enforcement, you have to get into law enforcement for the right reasons. You have to get in there with the mentality of helping people, not locking people up and, and violating people's rights and whatnot. You want to get in there to, help people. That should be the primary motive, but it's just the culture is, like I said, I don't want to get into that. I mean, that's a whole nother video, you know, and I'm not gonna, like I
Yeah,
said,
there are law enforcement definitely gathers control freaks. That there's no doubt about that.
you know, but anyway, Bill, so I don't know, you want to end it or you want to continue?
Roboting again, man. I think it's a problem on my end, though.
Well, we should have this discussion again sometime. Are you there? Well, thank you
And
for setting this up.
what you were talking about, I think you're full of shit when you say we can only do it in person. If it was that important, you wouldn't show me at all. Um, but good luck to you, and good luck to your channel.
Well, thank you. We should have more discussions in the future.
I
All right. Well, you take care out there. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one. All right. Take care.
he's froze up on my end. I don't know if he's still there for you guys or not. Um, there was a lot more I would have said, but this connection issue is horrible.
Everybody out there that's watching this video, you guys stay safe out there. Always honor, respect, and our law enforcement. Stay out of high crime and drug infested areas. When you open carry safely, responsibly, and respectfully. Y'all take care. See you on the next one.
All right, sir. Thanks for coming up. I'm sorry, y'all. I tried to stay calm, but this dude's full of shit, man. All right, so what should we do now? Is anybody else live or going live? Yeah, it probably was a problem on my end. They'll put me over like Chris did. Chris who, I wonder. Well, this doubles down, you know what I mean? And there's no point in just there's no point. So yeah. Typically when somebody says, "Yeah, my training is classified," you know that that's just yeah. Watch some Don Shipley videos, you know what I mean. All right, so should I come back with StreamYard or are we gonna call it a night? I'll leave it up to you guys. And I'm sorry guys, I was not watching the chat very close. I was straining to hear what this dude was saying. So if you said something to me and I didn't answer you back, I wasn't ignoring you. I just didn't see it. Man, how did you take the man? Well, I don't watch any of it, so that's why I miss all the good stuff. But got no clue what you're talking about with the video about Sam from Sam. I told you that Tal was gonna fuck you over though. If Sam was naked, I want to see that video. Sam, you want me to come back with StreamYard and you want to explain? I have no clue what's going on. These people are saying things and I'm completely lost. I'm also completely naked if anybody's interested. That guy probably hasn't left his house in 20 years. I know he goes to the shooting range. I watched a handful of his videos. He does have some nice looking guns. I will give him that. That was something else I was going to ask him about. Is like he shows himself, and I hate to be this kind of prick. I'm kidding. I don't mind being any kind of prick. I could give him a couple of pointers on how to hold those guns because he has a bad dip with his recovery. You graped Ray, and now you graped Tommy. Holy shit, man! We definitely got to hang out. But he like this dude never shows his target that I've seen. And again, I've not watched all his videos, and I'm not going to. But from the videos I saw, he does show himself shooting a gun. So he does do that. But I've never seen him show the target, so we don't know what he's saying. He doesn't seem to be in. Yeah, he says some off the wall stuff that flies in the face of my experience, and everybody's experience is going to be different. But as far as like the statistics he was taught, like it's bullshit, man. Well, he was on Ryan's, and then you told him that Tommy sent her a video of him, and not to make her put it. Oh, blackmail, nice. It's probably bullshit though, because Tommy said that he had shit on me and told me to take my channel down, or he was gonna expose it. He's got nothing, and that conversation never happened. Oh shit, what did I miss? In about 5 minutes. Oh, okay, Cat Eyes is going live. All right, I will get out of the way. So everybody head over to Cat Eyes channel. I need to be all right. I will head over there as well. I didn't know that this was going down. So are we exposing somebody? Telling your side of the story, right on. I'll be there. Support. Thank you. Somebody got Cat Eyes link. It looks like Community Cardio's got it. All right, I'll give you guys a couple minutes to click that link, and then we're all gonna head over there. You need to take out some of the docs. Yeah, you might want to do that. This will be my final thought before I shut this down. But this whole thing right here with Bryden, this is another one of my big problems with this so-called community. Is we got all these motherfuckers that, oh, I'm involved in catching predators. I'm a good person, and it's fucking bullshit. Half these motherfuckers are beating their wives, beating their kids. Uh, it's just there are a lot of people here that use the name of predator catching to make them either. I'll be the first to admit it, but I don't hide behind doing some shit with predator catching. All right, yo. I will meet you over at Cat Eyes. Thanks for hanging out.